3114 BC. The Mesoamerican long count calendar, used by several pre-Columbian Mesoamerican civilizations, notably the Maya, begins. 2492 BC. Traditional date of the defeat of Bao by Haik, progenitor and founder of the Armenian nation. 106. The southwestern part of Dacia, modern Romania, becomes a Roman province. Roman Dacia. 355. Claudius Silvanus, accused of treason, proclaims himself Roman emperor against Constantius II. 490. Battle of Adda. The Goths under Theodoric the Great and his ally Alaric II defeat the forces of Odoacer on the Adda River, near Milan. 923. The Sarmatians of Bahrain capture and pillage the city of Basra. 1315. The Great Famine of Europe becomes so dire that even the King of England has difficulties buying bread for himself and his entourage. 1332. Wars of Scottish Independence. Battle of Duplin Moor. Scots under Donald II, Earl of Mar, are routed by Edward Balliol. 1473. The Battle of Otlak-Bely. Mehmed the Conqueror of the Ottoman Empire decisively defeats Uzun Hasan of Aq-Qayanlu. 1492. Rodrigo de Borja is elected as head of the Catholic Church, taking the name Pope Alexander VI. 1675. Franco-Dutch War. Forces of the Holy Roman Empire defeat the French in the Battle of Konzer-Broek. 1786. Captain Francis Light establishes the British colony of Penang in Malaysia. 1804. Francis II assumes the title of First Emperor of Austria. 1812. Peninsular War. French troops engage British-Portuguese forces in the Battle of Mahadahonda. 1813. In Colombia, Juan del Corral declares the independence of Antioquia. 1858. The Eiger in the Bernese Alps is ascended for the first time by Charles Barrington accompanied by Christian Almer and Peter Boren. 1871. An explosion of guncotton occurs in Stowmarket, England, killing 28. 1898. Spanish-American War. American troops enter the city of Mayaguez, Puerto Rico. 1918. World War I. The Battle of Amiens ends. 1919. Germany's Weimar Constitution is signed into law. 1920. The 1920 Cork hunger strike begins, which eventually results in the deaths of 3 Irish Republicans including the Lord Mayor of Cork, Terence Mac S. Winey. 1920. The Latvian-Soviet Peace Treaty, which relinquished Russia's authority and pretenses to Latvia, is signed, ending the Latvian War of Independence. 1929. Babe Ruth becomes the first baseball player to hit 500 home runs in his career with a home run at League Park in Cleveland, Ohio. 1934. The first civilian prisoners arrive at the federal prison on Alcatraz Island. 1942. Actress Hedy Lamarr and composer George Antheil receive a patent for a frequency-hopping spread-spectrum communication system that later became the basis for modern technologies in wireless telephones, two-way radio communications, and Wi-Fi. 1945. Poles in Krakow engage in a pogrom against Jews in the city, killing 1 and wounding 5. 1952. Hussein bin Talal is proclaimed King of Jordan. 1959. Sheremetyevo International Airport, the second largest airport in Russia, opens. 1960. Chad declares independence from France. 1961. The former Portuguese territories in India of Dadra and Nagar Haveli are merged to create the Union Territory Dadra and Nagar Haveli. 1962. Vostok 3 launches from the Baikonur Cosmodrome and cosmonaut Andrei Nikolaev becomes the first person to float in microgravity. 1965. Race riots, the Watts riots, begin in the Watts area of Los Angeles, California. 1969. The Apollo 11 astronauts are released from a 3-week quarantine following their liftoff from the moon. 1972. Vietnam War. The last United States ground combat unit leaves South Vietnam. 1975. East Timor. Governor Mario Lemos Pires of Portuguese Timor abandons the capital Dili, following a coup by the Timorese Democratic Union, UDT, and the outbreak of civil war between UDT and Fretilin. 1979. 2 Aeroflot Tupolev Tu-134s collide over the Ukrainian city of Dniprodzerzhinsk and crash, killing all 178 aboard both airliners. 1982. A bomb explodes on Pan Am Flight 830, en route from Tokyo, Japan to Honolulu, Hawaii, killing 1 passenger and injuring 15 others. 1984. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. United States President Ronald Reagan, while running for re-election, jokes while preparing to make his weekly Saturday address on National Public Radio. 1988. A meeting between Sayed Imam al-Sharif, Osama bin Laden, Abdullah Yusuf Azzam, and leaders of Egyptian Islamic Jihad in Afghanistan culminates in the formation of Al-Qaeda. 1992 – The Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota opens. At the time the largest shopping mall in the United States. 2000 – An air rage incident occurs on board Southwest Airlines Flight 1763 when 19-year-old Jonathan Burton attempts to storm the cockpit, but he is subdued by other passengers and dies from his injuries. 2003 – NATO takes over command of the peacekeeping force in Afghanistan, marking its first major operation outside Europe in its 54-year history. 2003 – Jamaah Islamiyah leader Ridwan Isamuddin, better known as Hambali, is arrested in Bangkok, Thailand. 2006 – The oil tanker Mount Solar 1 sinks off the coast of Guimaras and Negros Islands in the Philippines, causing the country's worst oil spill. 2012 – At least 306 people are killed and 3,000 others injured in a pair of earthquakes near Tabriz, Iran. 2017 – At least 41 people are killed and another 179 injured after two passenger trains collide in Alexandria, Egypt.